What is up YouTube? I'm back once again with another DIY Tesla power update video. Now it's been like a month and a half, maybe even 2 months since I've done the last update. And don't be alarmed, I actually have been doing things in the meantime. I just haven't had a chance to record it because these two packs here are new. This is the one I had before. But I've basically been working on that, reconfiguring the Powerwall. You can see I've got my charging units all set up, mounted. Another power point's been installed. I've got the breakers. I've added 2 more onto that, and yeah, quite a bit's happened since then. So yeah, I've got more batteries here. These ones here haven't been done yet. Obviously these have been, they take quite a long time. My new style of packs are going to be the smaller 15 by 4 packs, so 60p, and I'll put a little picture on the screen showing like the capacity of each of these packs, of this one, and this one. But off the top of my head, we're at about 10 kilowatts right now. Once we add the next pack, we'll be at like 14 kilowatts. So that's pretty much a Tesla Powerwall right there, the Tesla Powerwall 2. So I'm pretty happy about that. I've still got the same inverter, so I can't actually output that much power, only like 1600 watts. But once I do get the new inverter, this is going to be a pretty good system. And yeah, so we're still waiting on more batteries. The place that I usually get batteries for have like a policy change. So I gotta wait a couple of weeks to see like what's going on with that, and then we'll be able to collect some more batteries. We've still got those down there, but those are only like 1.5 amp hours. So yeah, I want to show like the process of building these 2 packs. So pretty much I got copper wire, very similar to the stuff I use here, which has all been doubled up to be, you know, extra thick. But yeah, I pretty much stripped that down with the process of pretty much attaching like a blade or like a Stanley knife to the desk and kind of pushing it through. I'll show you doing that. I probably should be wearing gloves for that, but you know, I didn't cut myself or anything, so that's all good. So that stuff's roughly like $4 a meter. I'll put a thing on the screen. It's pretty much like AC cable, and you get like red and black in it. You strip that down, and the earth, I've like used that to double up and make the wires thicker. So once I've stripped off the casing from the wires, pretty much then I pretty much line up the copper bus bar, and I put it in a drill, hold one end with pliers and obviously one end with the drill, get it all twirled up, and then I pretty much, you know, have them all laid out, and then I get one of the batteries, usually the ones without all the bus bars already on it, and then I start bending the wires so they wrap around the batteries like that. So I do that with one, and then that's like a template, and then I just bend all the rest. I'll show you a picture now. I pretty much like had a whole handful of them. So once they are bent, they look something like this, and then those just, obviously the bending isn't perfect, you kind of adjust it as you go when you're building them. That goes along here, and you just wire fuses going across, and you solder the fuses on there. That's how that's done, and then obviously I have to I'll put these together, solder the ends, trim them down so they're all the same length. When they're bolted, they don't like, one isn't like higher than the other, and then, you know, you solder that on. Put a bit of heat shrink on. The batteries here, I have put like a black line where the negative is, but eventually these will be the same as these, all mounted together. I've still got more posts, I've just got to get some more spaces and make them for here, but eventually those will be like that. It will be the same as those, with all the poles and posts going through it. Just need some spaces. These will be the same as that once I get all the fuses and the bus bars on. And yeah, eventually I'm planning on using these for a go-kart, just like occasionally, so having them rigged up here and then being able to like detach them quickly and having them on a go-kart. So I have a go-kart, I'll show you a picture of that. Had a petrol engine, but that was kind of slow, it was loud, obviously used fuel, and this is all renewable, so I might as well start using the power from this. But yes, this will be like a big 48 volt pack. They're all balanced together, so I just need to build them, and yeah, it should go pretty well, pretty far. It's going to be a little bit heavy, I've still got to work out where to mount them on the frame, but that's definitely for another video to come. Mounted them through the wood now, and that's the same with the negative and positive for the battery. So it all goes down under here. And then I've got like terminals on here. The same size terminals on this pack, but then this one here has actually smaller ones. That is because they're cheaper, you get more in a pack, and also I'm going to be running them like directly in parallel with this, so you don't really need the big connectors, and it still fits the same size bolt. It's cheaper, and yeah, it looks nicer anyway. Those look a bit too big for the wires that actually go into them, so I think that's a nice improvement. I've also got the cable like hardwired into the desk now. I've been holding off quite a bit, like doing stuff like that, because I didn't really want to like drill things into the desk, because I do want to keep this desk obviously nice. So Powerwall part I don't really mind, because it's just like wood. But yeah, so you may have seen the cabling before. It was quite a mess. I'll put another picture on the screen. You can see how messy it was and how like disorganized it was. I had like that, not that cord. That cord was going up there. Now I've put the double port power point there instead, so it doesn't have to run. Then that just runs under the door, out to the house. So I've got that done now. I've also got a VGA cable here. That is for the monitor. I've still got like, obviously put the plug end on that, and then I have like a VGA thing here. I'm gonna have a computer under here in this little space here. And then I've also got a manual monitor breaker switch here. So I just flick that on and it just fires up. So that's nice. It's also the same with these controllers, which I haven't really talked about too much. So those, this one here is a little bit special. So it has 2 channels. And it's AC powered, so channel 1 is this, and channel 2 is the bottom one. So that's how that works. Very similar to the setup I had kind of off camera. I didn't really show, but all the positive is here. I've indicated it here and here just to make sure I don't, put them the wrong way. And then I've just got, cables, just putting everything in parallel, and then all routed up here with like custom sleeving. These are like unfinished right now, so pretty much external input will be like, I'm going to build a separate battery pack for when something happens with these batteries. That actually has happened recently, where one of them dropped to 1 volt because I had the aircon on all night and I didn't turn it off. So I have an input here, the output will come through, so pretty much just like snake around, come straight into here, and then I can use a jumper to go from here to the charger, which is this one. This is a DC charger, and then I'll be able to have like another connector here going to one of the batteries, so I can keep it isolated from the rest. But I'll definitely be building that pack soon. I'll be doing a video on that, showing you guys how to like build like a little battery backup pack to like jumpstart some of the other ones. But that's still for a later video. These are the charged ones. On this side of the tested ones, I'm still working out where I'm going to put the cell testers. I'm thinking about maybe putting them in this side. I wanted to like reserve this area to maybe mount this battery there. Bolts through these cells, so it's a metal bolt, which does sound kind of stupid, but it's got like double insulators here. That goes through, double insulated washers. In the middle there's it's from, I'll be able to put a picture on the screen, but it's pretty much from like a Retic like sprinkler head. It's just plastic, so I cut those into like kind of like 20mm sections that goes along here, all in between the batteries, and then on the other side it's the same washers and bolts. So that's all pretty much clamped together. So we've got 3 going through that. It just makes it a lot easier to move around, reduces stress on the fuses, like when you're trying to move it. That's the same with this one. I've done the same. Now I ran out of these big connectors, so I just had to kind of solder all the points together. But this pack here is pretty much just going to be like my main pack. That's where everything's connected, and then the rest is just in parallel. This is the main one here. It's not going to be messed around with too much. This one was just put in service. Every battery actually has like an in-service label. This one, I think from memory, was put in the 28th of December. Just haven't had any problems so far. It's been working well. It's got a lot of my like nice high-end cells, along with some of the 2 amp hour Samsungs and the 2.5s. These are definitely really nice pack. Let me know what you guys think on like the color palette. I reckon it looks pretty cool. Kind of differentiates it from the others. So yeah, not too much else has happened. Sorry about not really like updating you guys to the process of like building these packs. I've taken as much photos as I could so I can like put them in the videos. Hopefully I've included enough to give you guys an idea on what's been going on. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this long awaited update video. Please give this video a like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.